Welcome back, Legends. I'm not gonna lie, this Voltage Rush season has felt pretty mid for me so far. Nothing has really blown me away, not even the Spotlight event. But honestly, I'm not even mad about that, because we just came off a really solid season before this one. Every season is not going to be insane. Every season is not going to feel loaded with hype. And that's fine. That's just how Asphalt Legends works sometimes. But even inside a season that feels kind of average, there can still be one event that matters a lot for progression. And for me, this is that event. The upcoming Icona Vulcano Spyder special event is the one I've been looking at the most. Because even if this car is not some broken monster and not some must-have meta king, it still looks like a very valuable S-Class car to add to the garage. That's the key point here. Not every car has to be the best car in the game to be worth going for. Sometimes a car just needs to be useful, solid, and good enough to help in multiplayer, future events, and garage progression. And that's exactly why I think this event matters. Now, when I look at this event, I don't see a car that's going to suddenly change the whole game. I don't see some impossible top-tier meta machine that everybody must max instantly. What I see is something more realistic, and in some ways, that's exactly why I like it. Because for a lot of players, especially if your garage is not stacked with elite S-Class cars, a car like this can still be a big win. It can give you more options, it can help you in future requirements, it can give you another useful car to work with, and let's be honest, unlocking an S-Class car in Asphalt Legends is always a good feeling. That alone already makes this event interesting. And before I go deeper, if you guys enjoy these event breakdowns and you want me to keep covering every important Asphalt Legends update, event and reward path, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment telling me how far you think you'll be able to go in this event. Are you going only for the unlock, or are you planning to push much further? Event dates and timing. So let's get the important schedule out of the way first. This event is set to start on March 17th and end on March 30th. That means once it goes live, you need to get into the game early, check every stage, check the conditions, check the pack unlocks, and see what kind of investment path Gameloft is offering this time. The biggest problem with this event. Now here comes the usual problem, and honestly, this is the part that always makes special events difficult. Special events in Asphalt Legends are never truly free-to-play friendly in the normal sense. You need support cars, and without those support cars, progress gets blocked fast. That's just the reality. And this event is exactly the same. For the Icona Vulcano Spyder event, the official support lineup is Lamborghini Huracan STO, McLaren 765 LT, Ford Team Fordzilla P1, Lamborghini Countach LPI, Rimac Automobili Concept S, and Bugatti Divo. That is the full supporter list attached to this event. Now let me be honest here, this is not a friendly lineup for beginners. And I'd even say this is not a comfortable lineup for a lot of veteran free-to-play players either. Because when you look at those names, you're not looking at easy garage cars. You're not looking at casual support requirements. You're looking at a set of cars that can instantly become the real wall of the event. So even though the main featured car itself is interesting, the path to getting there is where the pressure starts. Token packs and investment path. Another major thing you need to remember is that special events usually lock important token packs and progression opportunities behind specific conditions. You don't just get access to everything immediately. You need to reach certain points, satisfy certain requirements, and then more options start opening up. That means two things. First, your support car status matters even more than it looks at first glance. Second, once the event launches, you need to watch carefully for what becomes available and when. Because sometimes Gameloft gives extra opportunities through token packs for the featured car. Sometimes they also let you invest into main featured car packs without required condition. If buying a few packs helps you cross a real wall and move toward an unlock, that can make sense. Why I still like this event. Now, with all that said, I still think this is a good event to focus on if you can. And the reason is simple. This car is still worth having. I've driven this car in the Overclock Shockwave event, and my own feeling was that the Icona Vulcano Spyder is not bad at all. It didn't feel like some useless S-Class collector item. It felt like a car that can definitely do a job, especially for players whose garage is still growing and who don't already own a bunch of stronger options. That's why I'm not looking at this event from a pure meta-only mindset. I'm looking at it from a practical garage progression mindset. If I can unlock a solid S-Class car through an event, even if it's not the absolute best, that still has value. That still helps. That still matters later. And in Asphalt Legends, future events always bring new requirements, new paths, and new reasons to regret skipping a car when it was available. So yes, if you are able to go for this car, I really think you should at least try to unlock it. This is the biggest advice I want to give in this video. At minimum, try to position yourself for the unlock. Now, one thing I want to be clear about, I'm not giving the full performance breakdown for the Icona Vulcano Spyder in this video. I know a lot of you guys want that, and trust me, I'm going to cover it. But I want to do that properly after the event actually launches. When we can see the car more clearly in action, and when more players can test it through free try opportunities in multiplayer. That's the better moment to judge how good this car really feels, how it performs in real conditions, and whether it's actually worth more than just an unlocked target. So for now, this video is about the event value, the support car difficulty, and whether the event itself deserves your attention. And my answer is yes, it does. Not because this is the greatest event of the season, not because this is some unbelievable meta car, but because this is one of the few events this season that still feels meaningful for progression. Is Gameloft making this too hard? Honestly, I think yes. That's really my biggest criticism here. I understand that special events are supposed to be demanding. I understand that not every event should be easy, but there's still a difference between a challenging event and an event where the support lineup feels too heavy for the reward structure. And that's where this one worries me. The Icona Vulcano Spyder itself looks like a nice car to have, a respectable S-Class addition, a useful garage piece, but the supporter list feels like Gameloft pushed the difficulty harder than it needed to. That doesn't kill the event for me, but it definitely lowers the accessibility. So I already know a lot of players are going to look at this event and immediately feel stuck before they even begin. And that's unfortunate, because I actually think more people would be excited for this car if the path to it wasn't surrounded by such a tough lineup. Final thoughts. So overall, this is how I'm seeing the upcoming Icona Vulcano Spyder special event in Asphalt Legends. The season itself has not been amazing for me, and I still think Voltage Rush has been more average than exciting, but this event stands out because it gives us something that actually feels useful. The event immediately tells me this will not be a comfortable event for beginners and not even for many veteran free-to-play players either. Even with that problem, I still think the featured car is worth attention, because not every good target has to be a meta king. Sometimes a car is valuable simply because it adds real depth to the garage, helps with multiplayer for players who don't already have elite options, and becomes useful later when Asphalt Legends starts asking for that car in future content. That's why my advice is simple. If your garage allows it, try to focus on this event and at least push for the unlock. Be smart with your tokens, don't rush spending before checking the live structure. Watch carefully for any featured packs or support car investment options after launch, and make your decision based on how realistic the path actually looks for your account. For me, the event has one clear strength and one clear weakness. The strength is the car itself being a meaningful progression target. The weakness is Gameloft making the support wall feel harder than it should be. So this is not a perfect event, not even close, but it is definitely one of the more important things to pay attention to in this season. And once it goes live, I'll be back with the full event breakdown, and then later the full car performance review too. So that's my full take on the upcoming Icona Vulcano Spyder event. Let me know in the comments if you're going for the unlock or skipping it completely, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe, Legends. See you on the track.